Oh, that's hot.
What up, Jake Gangers? YouTube Rewind 2018 came out somewhere around 24 to 48 hours ago. Yeah, most of us were pretty let down. I mean, it's not really a surprise anymore. They get worse and worse every year. They just kind of cater to the normies and little kids in the crowd. But not so long ago, they would take the biggest events and creators from the year, and that's what would populate the Rewind. This year, it felt like they spent a lot more time focusing on diversity than quality of the content. I mean, usually it feels like you're watching a bunch of different scenes, but this time it felt like you were just basically watching one long Fortnite dance montage. I mean, there were points where I actually thought I was just watching a Fortnite animation. I mean, they even included Ninja in this as if he did anything on the platform this year besides upload highlights from his Twitch streams of him reporting people or something. In my opinion, one of the biggest and most impactful lines in the entire Rewind was the "let's give them what they want" line, and I think that's extremely ironic given that what they thought we wanted was a new top 5 disliked video on YouTube of all time. As of recording this, it's just sitting just right behind Despacito at number 6, but it's climbing pretty quick, and it's only been up for about 36 hours. There's 2,160 minutes in 36 hours. So that means that if there's 3.6 million dislikes on it in 36 hours, that it's got, holy crap, that's 1,667 dislikes per minute. Thank you, calculator. It's made it to the top 6 most disliked videos, I'm pretty sure in record time. Okay, so a little update to the most disliked video on YouTube. It's now number 2, and it's only been 2 days. This is ridiculous. The cast was loaded with mainstream celebrities, no surprise there, and people we can only assume are out-of-work dancers that were found by some YouTube executive at a diner in LA, because no one knows who they are.
No, 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 no.
I do think it's a little bit funny that Casey Neistat, being arguably one of the more versatile and interesting people that was involved with this year, they basically had him do nothing. I mean, he was visible plenty, but really, what did he do? K-pop! Now, what's bothersome to me about this year's Rewind is that they spent the majority of the video around this theme of camping in the forest, but there's not a single reference to Logan Paul. I mean, they didn't even let Jake in. On the other hand, the best thing about this year's was Jaiden Animations. In her clip, she not only included PewDiePie's $3.99 chair, but she included the,
But can he do this? But can he do this?
Now, the reason this is really awesome is because PewDiePie can't be in the Rewind. YouTube won't let him, not after all his controversy. If they were gonna let him be in Rewind, we would have Scare PewDiePie 2 right now. YouTube might not let him in anymore because he's too controversial, but she did it.
Oh, that's hot.
So guys, we did it.
I am so sorry. That's not the end of this though. A lot of people took issue with the fact that the boxing that KSI, Logan, and others did doesn't seem to have been mentioned anywhere. The lead up to the boxing event, as well as the boxing event itself, were actually huge on the platform. Now, if I had to guess, I would say that the reason behind all that would be that KSI and Logan did some shady stuff during that whole period of time. As part of their feud that was apparently fake for the most part, they even tried calling each other out as sexist based on old content from years ago, and then they both deleted videos.
I'm not gonna sit there and talk about your disgusting sexual harassment issues in the past.
But it was all fake. They both calculated that they would recover from it and how they would go about doing it. And it was all to stir up extra drama for the boxing match. But to an extent, you could say that it kind of feels like making fun of all the Me Too movement and all that stuff. So I guess that's where YouTube's mindset was. But surprise, they weren't left out entirely thanks to the work of Jaiden Animations. Jaiden Animations is like a veteran drug mule, just so good at smuggling stuff. There are still more secret references in this clip. No, I'm not talking about Wang, you simpletons. He wasn't even in the video, unlike me. If you take a closer look at Jaiden's clip, you can see in the back there's a shelf with a bunch of references on it, one of which being to me, the Ugandan Opinion. Now, I'm a little disappointed she forgot my hat, but yeah, it's fine, whatever. I know it's for me. Now, thankfully, Quake confirmed my theory in his video when he mentioned that there was no sign of Ugandan Knuckles.
For the love of all that is holy on this earth, where was Ugandan Knuckles? We demand answers, YouTube!
And this is clearly because he recognized it was a reference to me, and not because he didn't notice it sitting on the shelf. Now, just in case you weren't aware, Logan Paul and KSI's boxing match ended in a draw, which is the same thing as a tie. And if you look at those same shelves, there's a trophy with a boxing glove on it that says tie. But wait, there's more! There's also a secret hidden message telling everyone to sub to PewDiePie. That's it, Jaiden's now an all-star.
You're an all-star.
If we compare this letter to a still from Smash Brothers, you can see that the letters seem to match, and the bird also kind of looks a little bit like... I will not explain to anyone why this is on my computer. Also, rumor has it this is either lasagna or spaghetti. Now, there's a lot of people misunderstanding this reference to refugees. Everyone thinks it's about the refugees trying to cross the border. It's not about that. It's just like everything else in Rewind. A lot of the YouTube execs are old normies, and they just got a hold of old memes. It's actually just a reference to Vine refugees. Ah, the good old days. Remember those jokes? I mean, now we just call it the Viner invasion, but whatever. I do want to give a round of applause to Pyrocynical, as he finally made it into the Rewind, cleverly disguised as a Fortnite dancer. He just looks so happy to finally be himself. I'm happy for him. Speaking of Fortnite, that was pretty much the rest of the video. Aside from about a minute in the middle where they, talked about their social studies class. Didn't really feel like it went with the video, just kind of slowed everything down. Pretty much everything else I had to say has been said by somebody at this point, so I'm just going to leave you with, but can you do this?